everyone, it's day 54, I think. I got that wrong yesterday and had to correct it, so now I'm a little confused. Anyway, I'm really sleepy. Excuse me. It's a little after 11 o'clock at night, February 8th, 2018. I obviously get my hair done. It's supposed to look like this or like this. It's very versatile, but the way he blew it dry, it's just keeps like falling in my face. So I'm just like trying to get it out of my face right now. So I'm really happy I went to do that. What he did was something that I've been wanting to do for years, which is let my natural color grow out and just have highlights. That way I don't have to keep that upkeep that I was complaining about. I don't have to do that every 6 weeks. So I don't have to pay, $300 every 6 weeks to have my hair done. So this is so cool. He put the highlights to sort of blend in with my gray hair and my natural color, so I only have to have it done like 3, maybe 4 times a year, which is going to be a lot more cost effective, and I really like it, and it makes me look like a natural blonde, and I'm really happy with it. And the first thing my husband said when he walked in was, "Oh, it's short," which I knew was going to be a sticking point because he does not like short hair. But I get all the dead shit cut off, and my hair grows really fast, so it'll be long and healthy. So anyway, boy, I had so much to talk about, but I'm really sleepy, so it's all kind of falling out of my head right now. So this morning I woke up after about 4 hours of sleep in almost a panic. Excuse me. I have really bad heartburn right now from not eating. But I had so much anxiety that I immediately woke up and took a Klonopin and kind of waited for that to kick in. My son's singing in another room, in his room. But so I waited for the Klonopin to kick in. A couple reasons, I think, was one, the maintenance people for my building were coming in to do inspections and, inspect the fire alarm and change the air filter and stuff. So that was kind of freaking me out because I don't like people in my house. It makes me nervous. And 2, I had this hair appointment today, and I have massive anxiety going to the hair salon. Part of it being, for one thing, my hair is always like fucked up and like needs a lot of attention, and because I never go, and sitting there staring at my fat self for 2 hours is a nightmare. 2-3 hours is a nightmare. I hated it. I mean, and this one was like full length mirror, and I was right there up against it, so it was the worst. But the guy was really cool. He was really nice, and I just like, kind of like whatever. I got over it. Last night was really like my depression kind of hit pinnacle last night. This is kind of hard to talk about, but I want to be honest with what it's like and what I'm going through. I used to, when my depression's at its worst, I go to sleep composing suicide letters in my head. And that's what I was doing last night. And, Googling, I used to Google ways to end it and, what kind of medication I would need, or like just, it's really, really dark stuff. And last night I was Googling failed suicide attempts and, what people had gone through and that they were happy that it didn't work. And, like I just wanted that reassurance. And I want to make the distinction, and this took me a long time to learn, that suicidal ideation and actually going through with it are two very, very different things. And our thoughts are not us. You know, I used to have a lot of really, really, really dark thoughts, and then I had to just realize that, you know what, everybody has dark thoughts, and that doesn't mean that you're going to follow through on it. So, so that kind of, as tired as I was last night, I had a hard time falling asleep. I had to get up and take an Ambien, and then I woke up in that panic this morning, you know, 4 hours later. And so I got up, my Klonopin hit me, I got up, cleaned the house. The people came in, they were here. I mean, I was like freaking out about it. They were here for less than 1 minute. Like, it was nothing. And another thing I was scared about is that I have 4 cats, and you're only allowed to have 2 cats in this building, and they don't know that I have any cats. So that's like a $700 non-refundable deposit for 2 cats and an extra $100 a month in cat rent. So I was kind of sweating that, but you know, the cats, as soon as they heard the smoke alarm being tested, they fucking hauled ass, and the people didn't do an inspection of the whole apartment. So I was worried about nothing. And their rent's so goddamn high here. I don't think they care anyway. Let's see. Okay, so they got here at about 10 or 11. I was exhausted from not sleeping. I took a nice long nap, deep nap, like REM sleep nap, and woke up, ordered a pizza for my son, and watched him eat it angrily because I'm so fucking hungry. I could only stomach 4 shakes today because so I had only had 2 shakes before I left to go get my hair done, and I was there until 6:30 at night. And so I was so hungry. Like, I just wanted to stop and eat somewhere so bad. Like, there's probably 50 restaurants between, it's a 6.5 mile stretch of main road between me and the hair salon. And I stayed, and I knew I had the willpower and did not want to stop and eat. Like, I wanted to, but I knew I wasn't going to, because, you know, I guess this is probably a whole different video, but I don't believe in free will. I think that what we're going to do, we're going to do. I'm sort of a deterministic ideology subscriber. Bless you. My son just sneezed. You know, just a little bit about that. I wake up feeling like I'm weak, and I'm either going to go to the gym or I'm not going to go to the gym, and it just seems like there's nothing that I can do in my conscious mind to either talk myself into or out of it. And the same thing with the food and alcohol, and, you know, like, I just feel like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and there's not a whole lot I can do to change that. And so I knew I had this willpower, and I wasn't going to not drink. I knew I wasn't going to stop and eat, but I wanted to diminish that willpower because I was so hungry. I wanted to eat, but I knew that I wasn't going to do it. This is a very unique experience for me. Usually it's just, fuck it, I'm going to eat, I'm hungry. And I had only had 320 calories, so I could have stopped anywhere and just counted the calories, but I had committed to doing the shakes, so, you know, I didn't. I just wanted to stick to that. So I stayed in the right hand. What I did was trying to talk myself into eating. I stayed in the right-hand lane the entire time so I could be at the ready, so I could just pull in somewhere if it looked good. And I didn't do it. I even got stuck behind a bus at one point. and was just like, no, just kind of chill here. And then everyone was getting over into the middle lane, and so I did that, and then just got right back into the right lane. And so I passed up all these restaurants, and there is a McDonald's and a Wendy's right next to my apartment building, or like, just a couple blocks up. So, and I knew that that was my last opportunity before I hit my apartment building to stop. And I didn't stop, and I knew I wasn't going to stop, but it's like I still wanted the option, and I wanted to try to wear down my willpower. So what I did was I had a prescription to pick up at a pharmacy, and I was going to go pick up tomorrow, and I'm just like, okay, fuck it, let me just go to the pharmacy. And I'm like, okay, that'll give me some extra time. And it was just the craziest thing. So I went to the pharmacy, saw the restaurants, came home, had a shake, and I was just throwing so much shade at the shake, just like, how dare you not be food? I like, just didn't want it, and those things are making me nauseous. And I wanted to keep going with the shakes until I ran out of them, and I just counted them, and I had 55 left, which if I have 5 a day, that's fucking 10 more days, and I just don't think I'm going to make it. I don't know if I just repeated that threw shade at the shake joke because I made it on Instagram, so I don't know if I said it twice on here, so I apologize if I did that. So I went on Amazon and I ordered, like I said, my food scale died, and I read all these reviews and looked up like what the best food scales are, and I ended up ordering one. I've had really bad luck with food scales, and I ended up ordering one that was only $15, and I'm really crossing my fingers that it works well, because I mean, it has like 13,000 reviews, and it's like 4.5 stars, and I hope it's accurate. And then I ordered like 20 I ordered a bunch of meal prep containers, so like of different varieties. The words aren't coming to me right now. So, and then I'm so fucking hungry. So then after I ordered those, I started looking up food prep meal ideas, and then that was making me hungry because everything looks so good. And then I went on Instagram and I started following a bunch of accounts for meal prep ideas, and then now I'm just scrolling through Instagram and all this like amazing food is popping up, and I just want to eat really bad. So I'm not going to make it with the Atkins shakes, but I really, really like the meal prep. I started doing it in Miami, and it was working out really great, and it saved so much money. Like, I spend a fortune on food now, but I was just making things in big batches and then sticking them in the fridge, and you just enter the whole recipe into my FitnessPal and then divide it by the number of servings, throw it in the fridge, and boom, like you've got, like, there's no decisions to be made. Like, what to eat every day is just this nagging awful thing for me, and for my son too, because I want him to eat healthy, and it's just so much stress trying to figure out what to eat every day. And so that was really easy, and I enjoyed it, and I unfortunately had to stop because there were some symptoms that my son was having that precluded me from being able to continue. Basically, he didn't want any knives in the house. So, but I'm allowed to have knives in the house now, so I'll be able to do it. Okay, another thing that I wanted to talk about was, I'm sorry, I'm 15 minutes into this. I don't like to make these very long, but I watched a bunch of my old videos, like from 7 years ago, about when I was fasting, and yeah, that's basically it. And one I can't believe how fat I thought I was. I was so young and so pretty. And, you know, I was 35. I'm 42 now. And I'm going to look back on these videos and think that I was so young and so pretty. And I actually like the videos that I didn't have makeup on more than when I thought that I had to take my glasses off and put on makeup. I'm finding makeup to be a very silly thing as I get older for some reason. But like, we put all this shit on our face to make us look better, and I don't know, I just think everyone should be natural, but everyone should do whatever they want and make them feel good. I mean, I'll probably have makeup on at some point for these videos, but it's not that important to me anymore, like it was. And so I had a lot of great advice for myself, and it kind of motivated me because I was very motivated at the time. But I look great. Like, I thought that I was just so fat, and it just reinforced the idea that we all have such insecurities. And I think these women who go on Instagram and YouTube, who have lost a lot of weight, and they show their loose skin, and they show their varicose veins, and they talk about, I'm struggling right now, I have to get back on track. Like, they've lost 130 pounds, and you know, it's been a bad few months, and they have to get back on track, and they have to like figure out like a new meal plan and everything. And it's a constant battle. And I love everyone who's just honest, and they show their flaws. And you know, everybody wants to be perfect, and I just wanted this like perfect bikini model body because I thought that, you know, that's what we were supposed to look like, and I thought that I had the potential to look like that. But you know, I'm a curvy girl. I've got like big hips and big thighs, and you know, I'm not really built like that. And I think that the curviness is very, very gorgeous. Like, I find that more attractive now than I did. Like, I had this like idealistic body in my head that was unattainable. Like, I would have been fucking miserable. Like, I could maybe have gotten there, but I would have been very, very unhappy. And so my starting weight on the videos was 186, and my goal is 170. And I thought it was like 30, like I wanted to be 150. Like, that was always, like, since I was in high school or even middle school, I've been this tall since I was 15, and I've been 180 like my whole fucking life, you know, up and down. But that's just that's my fighting weight. And I was 180 when I started taking Seroquel, and gained 50 pounds in like 3 months. And I've been fighting to take that off ever since, and then had gained more, you know, since then. So I'd like to, I mean, even just getting back to that would be great. I mean, I look good. I was happy. I was, you know, like a bombshell at that weight. And I'd be really, really happy there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe when I get there, I would just notice like all my flaws, but I just would get so nitpicky. And I just want to go back in time and just fucking slap myself silly. Just like appreciate how you look. And you know, we all struggle. We all struggle. So I think everyone should just be easy on themselves and know that you're not perfect. And I would much rather than kill myself and sorry, poor choice of words, rather than be absolutely miserable all the time to try to maintain this figure that I'm not really meant to have, and being able to be a little bit heavier and relax and be able to go out to eat with my family and not be hungry all the time. Like, you know, I would much rather choose the latter. And I think that fulfillment, as I get older, I realize that what I look like is not as important as who I am and what I do to better society and be part of something greater than myself. You know, we all think that happiness comes from these extrinsic values, like what we look like, what kind of car we drive, what kind of shit we have, how much money we make, and that's not it. It's actually being part of something bigger than yourself, being part of a community, having peace, inner peace, and there was something else. I didn't remember what it was, but it's all intrinsic. It's all inside of us. Like that's what happiness is. It's not a number on the scale. It's not driving a Tesla, although it'd be fucking cool to have a Tesla. But it's not like those aren't the things that make you happy, because once you hit that number on the scale, there's gonna be other flaws. Like you're gonna want to either lose more or tighten this or get rid of that or have loose skin, or you know, there's always gonna be something. And then when you buy something new, it's an immediate gratification, but then there's always something else. Like just, it's sort of, I just coined this term, but it's just the iPhone effect. Like, you know, you're really happy you get this new phone, and then another one comes out, and then all of a sudden you think like, I need something new, when you were so happy to have this. So, you know, if you buy, like, I have a Mustang, and I've always loved Mustangs, and I finally got one because my son was older. I felt like I had a sedan, and this was a second car, and you know, I didn't really need, like, I was 40 years old, like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a sports car. Such a cliche, I know. And then what I do is then I look around at Camaros, and I'm like, ooh, I kind of like that better. Like, I really wanted this Mustang, this black Mustang. It's so fucking cool. I love it. And then I'm just immediately just looking at what else I could get that would make me happier. So buying stuff doesn't make you happy. You know, your happiness comes from other things. I know the happiest I've ever been in my entire life was when I was working with homeless people. When I was giving water, I would just, I started a GoFundMe, and I raised money, and I put water, I kept cold water in my car and would make up meals and stuff, and I would drive around and I would pass them out to homeless people, and that was the happiest I've probably ever been in my life. And you know, I had nothing to do with how I looked or what my weight was, and that's not it. I'm not going to be like, my life is perfect once I see the right number on the scale. It's like, my life is going to be wonderful when I am to the point where I can help people and do what I can do to make the world a better place, do my small part. So that's it. I guess I'll stop. I'll get off my soapbox and quit virtue signaling. Like, quit bragging about myself. But I guess that's it. My weight's going really well because I'm not eating, but I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do that. Like, I know that the meal prep will greatly aid in my calorie counting, and all the shit's coming on Saturday, and today's Thursday, so you know, I could start on Sunday. So maybe I can do the shakes until Sunday, but I'm starting to hate them and I want to just throw them all away. And I was in a good mood today because I got my hair done and I'm really, really happy with the color and how natural it looks. And come full circle. Oh, 25 minutes. I am so sorry. And one thing I've noticed is my sound. I don't generally rewatch my videos on YouTube. I rewatch them before I upload them for some reason. Make sure the sound's right. But then if I do watch them on YouTube, I notice that the sound becomes about halfway through the video, it doesn't sync up. And that's really like, if something's like that, like I can't watch something if the sound is out of sync. So I don't know why that's happening. I don't know if it's because I'm uploading it from my phone or I'm gonna have to figure that out, and I'm probably gonna have to start uploading, just make myself upload my videos from the computer. I think they'll probably turn out better that way. But I'm just too lazy. Like the computer's like literally like right there. Like it's just right there. Like it would be nothing for me to just go plug it in and upload it. But I don't wanna. So the sound's gonna be fucked up, I guess, for a little while until I make myself do that. But peace out. Love you guys.